Good morning, everyone. Here's your Eastern Idaho weather and hazard briefing for Tuesday, November 24th. We continue to watch some low clouds and some fog and flurries this morning across our area. The one thing that we are watching for that we haven't seen develop yet, it's a low possibility, but it could cause a little more of an impact in some of these areas, is a little bit of morning freezing drizzle. We are still watching a better chance of snow and wind for tomorrow and Thanksgiving. Beyond that, high pressure, dry weather pretty much until maybe we get after Sunday as we get into heading back to work and school such for the early part of next week. Satellite loop shows we have pretty much high pressure rebuilding back over the area. Our low has shifted away from us this morning. Our next storm system is out here across the Gulf and into the Pacific. That's the storm system that is coming in, like we said, coming in for tomorrow night into Thanksgiving Day. For impact-wise, right now, just some flurries and some dense fog, some minimal impacts. If we do get some freezing drizzle, there'll be some slick spots out there. Going into tomorrow, we're going to see some light snow showers and some gusty winds developing across the area. Not really much of an impact until you get over to around Island Park, heading over into Yellowstone, the Tetons, the Big Holes, that area as well, and also into the Sawtooths, especially if you're heading up in the spine of the Sawtooths over across Banner Summit. There could be a little bit of snow accumulation there that might cause some problems for travel, especially tomorrow and tomorrow evening. Things really start winding down Thursday morning, still some lingering impacts across the Island Park area. And then for Friday, the ridge builds in. Again, up in that Island Park area, we could see a repeat of some stratus, some fog, and some low flurries as well in that particular neck of the woods. Now, how are things going to look for today with that stratus? This is kind of an approximation using this set of maps to show the approximation of where the stratus is this morning. That extends all pretty much up and down the Magic Valley and the Snake Plain over towards the Driggs area. Not really showing up too well in the Teton Valley, but it is there. This is the area that we're watching for the low clouds, the fog, the snow flurries, and that very low potential for some freezing drizzle. So we go through the period. Here we are going through the rest of the morning. You'll notice this really starts to dwindle once we get in the afternoon. But with the southwest flow setting up, we're starting to see some of that stratus setting up across the Island Park area up around towards Monida Pass. By this afternoon, the freezing drizzle potential is really gone, so this would be mainly an area of concern for low clouds and some very light snow or flurries developing. We go into this evening. You can see with the flow staying southerly across the Snake Plain, it pushes that area of low clouds and potential for some light precipitation. Tonight, we're not expecting a freezing drizzle issue or even really a fog issue, just looking at that potential for some lower clouds banking up against the terrain over across the INL, again up towards the Montana border. And that will stay there through most of the overnight hours. Now we go into tomorrow morning. We're going to watch bands of precipitation moving through. This will be pretty much all snow. Even where it's a little warmer tomorrow, it looks like it will fall maybe as mostly snow, maybe a little bit of a rain-snow mix briefly. But you'll see this stuff band moving through the area tomorrow. And as we go into tomorrow night and into early Thursday morning, you see things kind of shifting over into the eastern highlands, the southeast highlands. Then we have another band dropping south as the flow turns back to the north. We'll have to see if we get a little bit of a convergence band event going across portions of the Snake Plain, especially from Pocatello over towards Craters on to the north, towards Idaho's Falls, and up towards Du Bois as well. But you'll notice by the time we get to Thursday morning at around sunrise, just before sunrise, very light snow showers lingering around the Driggs area back down towards south of Pocatello as well, and that chance of snow showers really ends by the time we get to a Thursday afternoon and evening across the area. So how are we looking elsewise here? We'll get this going here in just a second. Sorry about that. You'll see where we are this afternoon. You get into the upper plain, it's in the upper 20s to low 30s. We continue to watch temperatures from Pocatello west and south in the valley locations around 35 to 40 degrees. Stanley remains cold. The basin much colder than surrounding areas, staying only jumping up into the 20s for the afternoon high temperatures. For tomorrow, we do warm up ahead of the main front coming through with that storm system, and we see the showers moving in. But like I said, even where it's going to be like 40 degrees, that will be a rain-snow mix. Get a couple degrees cooler, and it should be all snow simply because of the atmosphere will cool, the air will cool as the precipitation starts to fall in those areas. So we're going to look at the snow progressing through the day tomorrow into Thursday. A little bit of increased snow activity along the spine of the sawtooth there. Might see an inch or two tomorrow morning. As we go into tomorrow afternoon, the light precipitation spreading eastward. That's when we start to see a little more accumulation across the sawtooth, especially over Banner Summit. Also seeing an increase in snow accumulation Island Park over towards the Tetons as well. We could see 1 to 2, maybe a little bit more in some spots tomorrow during the afternoon hours tomorrow. And then we start to see the main focus shifting east, especially along Highway 20 over in the Big Holes, heading over towards Teton Pass, Yellowstone, and the Grand Tetons as well. And then we'll just kind of see as the northerly flow develops going into Thursday some very, very light snow showers over the eastern highlands and maybe up to the north of Stanley, heading over towards Banner Summit and heading back towards the Boise area, and also down around Pomerel, Magic Mountain, in that part of the world as well. Those wind gusts, they're going to start picking up a little bit overnight tonight, especially once you get in the higher elevations. We're going to see some of those gusts around 15 to 25 miles per hour. We go into the morning hours tomorrow, they do start picking up across the area. Right now, just based on how things are looking, the blowing and drifting snow potential, even though we're going to have snow out there, it's not that great, simply because, especially in the lower elevations, it's going to be a little bit warmer. If we'd been really cold the past few days and we're going to stay cold, that might be a bit more of an issue. But you can see some gusts 20 to 30 miles an hour. We might see a few spots gusting above 30 miles per hour tomorrow afternoon and into tomorrow evening as well, before those wind gusts really start dying down. Except across portions of the Snake Plain, maybe some of the ridge tops in the Central Mountains and down towards the South Hills and Albion Mountains. That trend will continue throughout the day on Thursday. Behind the front Thursday, you can see it's a lot cooler, with temperatures struggling to get above freezing, even around Pocatello, Burley, down towards Malad as well. Temperatures in the mountains in the teens and 20s, especially if you're really heading up into the high country. But we start to moderate a bit on Friday and definitely heading into Saturday and Sunday. The only thing we'll have to watch there is with the ridge building is the inversions. We might have to tweak the temperatures once we have an idea of how strong the inversions will be under the ridge for the weekend. And that trend will continue into Monday across the area. So again, we've got some pockets of low clouds, some flurries and fog. We might see a little bit of freezing drizzle in those areas. It's a low probability thing, but it definitely could cause some slick conditions if it does occur. This morning, we do have a better chance of snow and wind for tomorrow and Thanksgiving, and then the rest of the holiday weekend is dry. Have a great day, and do stay safe out there, everyone.